Coming up on News Live at 6, the new opportunities coming for Syracuse students during a Central New York tech boom. We have an exclusive interview with the Vice Chancellor.
Plus, Diwali Henna Night is going on now at Slocum Hall. Students can join in on the celebration and enjoy some sweet treats.
And speaker series Listen to Your Elders educates Syracuse community on the Haudenosaunee culture and history. News Live at 6 starts right now.
This is CitrusTV News Live at 6, your campus news leader.
Tonight, in a CitrusTV exclusive, SU Vice Chancellor Mike Haney describing the new opportunities coming for students after both the Micron and TTM investments. Good evening and welcome into News Live at 6. I'm Jake Morel.
And I'm John Perik. Today I actually had the opportunity to sit down with the Vice Chancellor and we talked about all things ranging from the Central New York tech boom with Micron and TTM, and we even took a look back on his response to COVID on campus. And we're having some technical difficulties working right now to get that full exclusive one-on-one with the Vice Chancellor. And we are still working trying to get that for you at the moment.
Well, while we work through some technical difficulties, let's get to our top stories. If you missed the other opportunities, another American Red Cross blood drive will be held at Shine Student Center tomorrow. Students can give blood from 10 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon in room 304. This effort comes as we are currently facing a critically low blood supply after the American Red Cross declared a national blood shortage in early September. Donors of all blood types are currently needed.
And Diwali is coming up this Sunday, and the National Organization of Minority Architecture Students is teaming up with the Delta Phi Omega sorority to celebrate the holiday. Going on right now is their Henna Night, and our Caitlin Campbell is there right now joining us from the celebrations. Caitlin, good evening.
Good evening, Jake and John. Yes, I'm here at Slocum Hall for the Diwali Henna Night. Now, it started at 5:15, but it is going on until 7:15 p.m., so there are plenty of opportunities for students to still come on and enjoy the celebration. Now, there are hennas being offered for $5 to $15, as well as some sweet treats so students can enjoy while they are hanging out with others. Now, this was in pair with the Delta Phi Omega sorority and the National Organization for the Minority Architecture Students. I talked to Nikita Goswami, a member of the National Organization of Minority Architecture Students, about why she believes it is important to celebrate this holiday here.
First off, we're trying to raise. We're trying to raise money, but also it's just a nice way to get. I think it's a nice way to get people involved in maybe cultures that they're not familiar with, or celebrations that they might want to participate in or want to know more about, but don't necessarily know how to or don't really know where to start. This is a super easy, friendly way to get more people involved in South Asian culture and those kinds of celebrations.
Now, there are plenty more events that students can enjoy. Join in on. By going to the Syracuse University events calendar. Reporting from Slocum Hall, I'm Caitlin Campbell. Guys, back to you.
Caitlin Campbell, thank you for your reporting tonight. Last night, Onondaga Hawk Clan member Spencer Lyons came to Syracuse to explain the importance of Haudenosaunee culture and history. Here to recap the event is reporter Maura Vaughn. Maura, good evening.
Jake, it's good to be here, thanks. And in continuation of Native Heritage Month celebrations, the Skaneala Great Law of Peace Center for the Haudenosaunee tribe held Listen to Your Elders Night last night, an event focusing to educate the SU community on the Haudenosaunee Confederacy culture, message of peace in today's world, and many more. providing a deeper look into the people of the Longhouse, aka the Haudenosaunee people. In the beginning of every Syracuse University speech, you hear the words spoken with respect to the Onondaga Nation, fire keepers of the Haudenosaunee, the indigenous people on whose ancestral lands Syracuse University now stands. But students on campus feel they are not educated on who the Haudenosaunee truly are.
We are introduced to the idea of what they are, but we never really get the opportunity to learn about them in depth, about their culture, about their history. And so I kind of wish that we were given the opportunity to learn more about that in our community.
The speaker event, Listen to Your Elders, was a way to change this confusion by educating our community on the Haudenosaunee firekeepers and Onondaga Nation, learning traditional stories, the importance of equality in life, the governance system of the Haudenosaunee, and the importance of the connection to nature, all by Onondaga Hawk Clan Chief and Speaker Spencer Lyons.
And so it's my responsibility to carry that forward to make sure that my children and their children will be able to call themselves Haudenosaunee, but not only call themselves Haudenosaunee, but that it should mean something to them.
We see each other all as family. And so what the Scano Center does and events like tonight really broadens the awareness of how we all need to work together as a family.
Indigenous cultures still struggle to have the respect they deserve in today's world, but the message to Syracuse students who live on the Haudenosaunee land is clear.
Oh my gosh, this is Indigenous land. There are natives still here. We are still part of the society today.
And Spencer Lyon tells the audience during his presentation that we aren't ancestors or descendants of the Haudenosaunee, and that we continue to be who our ancestors were today. We're not people of the past. This is Maura Vaughn for Citrus TV. Jake and John, I'm going to throw it back to you.
Well, Maura, thank you very much. Now, it looks like we have that exclusive interview with Mike Haney, and we are ready to show it to you now. Now, just kind of moving on, I wanted to ask you a little bit about Micron. I remember last year when we spoke, you actually told us that SU would start training specifically for semiconductor opportunities for students.
Yep.
Where are we at with those trainings?
Yeah, so one of my newer assignments at Syracuse is as Executive Dean of the Whitman School of Management. We have Micron Day coming up. So we have a whole host of Micron folks coming out to talk to Whitman students about jobs, careers, internships. One of the big, I would say big misunderstandings, but the reality is Micron has internship opportunities now at their chip fab. They have a chip fab in Manassas, Virginia, and one also out in Boise, Idaho. And we have students currently that will be doing internships at those locations.
Well, just kind of staying on that tech boom side here, have you guys had any communications with TTM after they announced just last week about the circuit board facility?
Yeah, it's funny. I just got a call a few hours ago about TTM and setting up our first meeting with them, which I think is going to happen within the next 2 weeks.
So,
yes,
you think that there's
the answer is yes. I mean, what is exciting about this is, and TTM is a good example. So Micron's going to hire 9,000 to 12,000 people directly. The total number of jobs created in this community because of the Micron facility is going to be close to 50,000 jobs. And it's because all of Micron's supply chain is going to move to central and upstate New York.
Well, when you look back, though, at just the university's response to COVID overall, is there anything that you regret? Is there any decision that you wish you did differently?
So many people counseled us against opening in August of 2020, and I think we would have done. At the end of the day, it wasn't perfect, but the reality is it didn't serve our students to be going to school online in their basement.
And in that interview, we also talked to the Vice Chancellor about a series of additional topics, including Veterans Day, and we will be able to bring you that full interview on CitrusTV.com on Friday. And now, Jake, when I was actually walking to interview the Vice Chancellor today, was just getting colder and colder, it seemed, as the day went on. I woke up this morning, it was in the 60s, and now I don't know what's going on outside.
I wore a t-shirt to class. I was like, I'll be fine for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
I was wearing a t-shirt, some joggers. I'm like, it's okay. I left class at like 3 to go change for the show. I was freezing on my walk back. So let's hope our favorite weather guy, Brandon Myers, has got some warm temperatures for us. Brandon.
Well, it certainly is very cold out right now, and that's all because of our wind we have. Right now it's 46 degrees out, it's cloudy with 13 mile-per-hour winds. Definitely feeling a little bit more chilly. Taking a look now across our region, pretty much mid to high 40s seems to be our common theme here. 46 in Syracuse, Fulton, and Rome, going down to 53 in Cortland, and even going up to 50 degrees in Elmira. Looking now later tonight, it's going to go down to 40 degrees. Those clouds are going to be sticking around, and we're also going to keep those high temperatures at high winds rather at 11 miles per hour. So definitely the time of the year to put on your hat, put on your gloves rather, wear your jacket, because we're certainly very cold. Guys?
Brandon, thank you. And a shelter-in-place order is no longer in effect tonight at Mohawk Valley Community College after a lockdown earlier today. Reports of a person with a weapon in the residence halls made them evacuate dorm buildings, and police found no safety threat to students or staff. Classes and other activities are back underway as usual. And coming up on Citrus TV News Live at 6, voters head to the polls across Onondaga County, how the race for county executive could impact the future of Central New York. And an annual Election Day tradition brings together local candidates and the Westcott community. More on this after the break. Stay with me.
Here's to the straggly ones, the lopsided ones, the first ones, the I miss my beard ones. But hey, I look good with this ones. But no way he's grown that in a week ones. The black, brown, red, and gray ones. That one. The itchy ones. The never forgotten ones. The ones grown by Dad. The ones grown for Dad. The started late ones. The absolutely filthy ones. The drawn on ones. The finger ones. The pin ones. The I nearly didn't do it this year ones. And the yeah, why not ones. They all raise awareness, raise funds, start conversations, and save lives. Because whatever you grow will save a bro. Learn more at Movember.com.
You're watching Citrus TV News Live at 6 with Jake Morel, John Perik, and Brandon Myers. Now, your campus news leader continues.
Welcome back to News Live at 6. Now, if you didn't know, today is Election Day here in Syracuse and across the country. Polls are open until 9 o'clock tonight, and I know our political reporter Luke Radel will be following all of these races for us. Luke, it's great to see you here on another Tuesday, and it's especially great to see you here on Election Day.
Well, thank you, John. It's great to see you, too. And as I've probably said before, for us political nerds, Election Day is kind of like our Super Bowl. So let's take a look at who our top ticket matchup is going to be tonight. Sources I have spoken to in both parties throughout the year have said that Republican Ryan McMahon is the favored candidate to win in this county executive race, but it's obviously up to the voters now. McMahon has raised nearly 5 times as much money as his Democratic opponent and has been the only candidate able to afford television commercials. This county has had only 4 county executives since the position was created way back in the 1960s. All of them have been Republicans. And the record of success for Mr. McMahon is fairly undisputed. He has touted his handling of the COVID-19 pandemic and the attraction of Micron as key reasons why voters should vote to keep him in office. And popular accomplishments like those are why his Democratic opponent Bill Kinney has offered few substantive policy disagreements with the current county executives. In interviews, including one in this very studio, Kinney has promised instead to offer a different style of leadership for the county going forward. But depending on who wins tonight, it's important to know how they'll lead the county for the next 4 years, especially because the freshmen watching out there tonight, the Syracuse you graduate from may be very different than the Syracuse you started at this fall. The top line issue is the one we've talked about a lot. It's the one that you talked about with Chancellor Haney. Micron's $100 billion investment in the region will really start ramping up over the next 4 years. They say they'll start construction in Clay in 2024 and produce their first microchips by 2026. Now, a project that size will obviously have ripple effects across the job market, with specifically other tech companies like JMA Wireless and TTM Technologies looking to leverage Central New York as a hub for tech manufacturing. On the flip side, that expanded job market will require investments in housing and infrastructure, and one not so glamorous piece of that infrastructure is the county's sewer system. Both candidates want to spend hundreds of millions of dollars on sewers in the next 4 years, which will obviously be a huge undertaking. And lastly, and perhaps the most contentious item of McMahon's agenda, is boosting tourism. Now guys, that key difference between the two candidates is that McMahon wants to spend $85 million taxpayer dollars to build an aquarium in the Inner Harbor, and Kinney is opposed to that funding. It's an issue that could cost McMahon some votes tonight, but ultimately, if the project comes to fruition, you might see it here in the next 4 years. Guys?
Thanks, Luke. Well, speaking of that election, local candidates of Onondaga County met today for a CNY tradition, the annual Spaghetti Luncheon. Citrus TV's Luke Welch has the story.
Food, prizes, and music. The Cathedral Academy's annual Election Day Spaghetti Supper is one that leaves first-time diners surprised but uplifted.
The food is amazing, people are friendly, just a lot of energy, it's very relaxing. Just to come in here and sit down and have a great meal and just relax, it's wonderful.
The luncheon is always attended by Westside community members, but also local political candidates, which gets them truly engaged on such a special day.
It's exciting to be able to sit amongst the politicians.
It feels like one big family.
Those who regularly work and attend the event say that it's the sense of community that keeps them coming back.
I love it because you get to meet so many different people with many backgrounds, and it's just
The organizers emphasize how this is an event for all ages, but those too young to cast their ballot had one message for those old enough to vote.
Now, the tradition here at the Cathedral Academy at Pompeii has been going strong for almost 75 years now, and it won't be ending anytime soon, according to workers, as they say creating such a fun environment on a day like Election Day is crucial for the community. For continued political coverage, tune into Citrus TV's election special tonight at 10 p.m., but for now, reporting in Syracuse, New York, I'm Luke Welch, Citrus TV News.
Coming up after the break, your 5-day forecast. Stay with us.
They said I have troll teeth.
That my voice sounded like a possessed baby doll.
That no one would ever love someone as stupid as me.
That I was fat, ugly.
Disgusting.
The effect of bullying is potent. We will no longer be the silent majority.
Now, when you see online bullying, there's something you can do about it.
We're gonna take action with the I.
I am a witness. I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness, and so are you.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
From the CitrusTV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
Welcome back to CitrusTV News. Let's take a look here at our 5-day forecast. As you can see, pretty much alternating days between sun and rain with those classic winter temperatures just like today. It's pretty obvious that it's been a gloomy day here in Syracuse, but the sun is shining on one local school tonight. Peter Elliott is in studio with sports. Peter?
Brandon, thank you so much. Here in the Salt City, there's one school that gets all the attention, SU. But tonight, the spotlight is shining across town on Lemoyne. Its men's basketball team is playing on national television. The first time any of its programs have ever done that. It's just one of the perks afforded by the school's reclassification to Division I athletics. We went to the Heights to see the impact of that seismic change.
The comfort zone has been expanded.
The Dolphins are diving into D1.
This was an opportunity, a moment in time that we needed to capitalize as an institution.
This fall is the first season for Lemoyne College at the highest level of collegiate athletics as a member of the Northeast Conference in Division I. That also means a different level of funding, opposition, and exposure.
They'll be sitting home in January and watching the ESPN ticker at night, and you're going to see Lemoyne scores scroll on the bottom.
It's a big splash. That doesn't come without its risk. The Finns were a force at the Division II level, particularly in lacrosse.
They've won a combined 7 national championships. The men have won 6.
And yet,
our Lemoyne athletic teams have never been on national television. Our last national championship was streamed.
That changes this fall, when the Lemoyne men's basketball team will play on screens across the country, twice in just 4 days.
I think that speaks to the power of Division I athletics.
That power is especially helpful when it comes to recruiting.
The pool of the players has expanded, and the level of the players that are reaching out to us, we can see it's increasing.
Lemoyne is moving up, but it's also being held back. Its programs are ineligible to compete in NCAA tournaments for the next 4 years, and initially for conference tournaments for the next 2. But the Dolphins successfully petitioned for immediate eligibility, meaning that programs like the women's soccer team can vie for an NEC title this season.
Proving not only that they belong at this level, but that they can compete at this level and get the positive results out of the games.
A big leap for Lemoyne.
A big leap indeed. Well, we're not done just yet in sports. Still ahead when we come back. A new look men's hoops team took the floor last night at the Dome. We've got the highlights from Adrian Autry's first game as bench boss. Plus, it's a hectic week on the Hill for some Orange teams winding down their seasons. Others are just ramping up. We'll give you the full download on This Week in Cuse Athletics. Stay with us here on News Live at 6.
They took over my bedroom. Come on, come on. Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. Dad! You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Here's to the straggly ones, the lopsided ones, the first ones, the I miss my beard ones. But hey, I look good with this ones. But no way he's grown that in a week ones. The black, brown, red, and gray ones. The, that one. The itchy ones. The never forgotten ones. The ones grown by Dad. The ones grown for Dad. The started late ones. The absolutely filthy ones. The drawn-on ones, the finger ones, the pin ones, the I nearly didn't do it this year ones, and the yeah, why not ones. They all raise awareness, raise funds, start conversations, and save lives. Because whatever you grow will save a bro. Learn more at Movember.com.
And now, your CitrusTV Sports Report.
Orange is the new red in Syracuse. Welcome into sports. I'm Peter Elliott. After 47 years of Jim Boeheim, Adrian "Red" Autry is the new head man of SU men's hoops. The Orange looking comfortable in its first 2 exhibition games under the SU alumnus, but how would it fare when it counted? Autry's first test was last night against New Hampshire. Did he walk away with his first W? Let's see what went down inside the dome. Roll tape. Autry was an assistant coach for the Orange since 2011, but how about Judah Mintz here coming up with the slam, the rack attack, putting the Orange up big early on in this one. And later on in the half, Mintz getting in the cookie jar, Copeland recovering, the give and go back to Copeland for the slam. The Orange were up big in this one throughout the half, dominating over the Wildcats. And later on, J.J. Starling goes up, Peter Carey down. He had 2 points on the game, but a big impact for the man from Massachusetts. But UNH staying in this one. How about Clarence Daniels? This tough layup in traffic. He led the Wildcats with 21 points, but SU would pull away. How about Justin Taylor here lighting the lamp? One of his 2 3-pointers. That was a 4-point play for the Orange. They would roll, pulling away 83-72.
You know, I haven't really had a lot of time to think about it, but you know, I'm sure I'll have more thoughts about it tonight. I'm sure it'll all sink in, but I was really excited that we held it together and escaped with the win.
Well, Autry's team spraying him some love after the game, an H2O shower after win number 1. Autry needs a mere 1,116 wins if he wants to eclipse Boeheim's career win total. He can grab win number 2 on Wednesday against Canisius at 7 p.m. inside the Dome. Well, staying on the hardwood, another promising season opens tonight inside the Dome. The women's hoops team tips off its campaign at the top of the hour against Lafayette. There's a lot of excitement leading into the second year of the Felicia Leggett-Jack era after the Orange reached the Sweet 16 of the NIT. Daisha Fair was the engine of that team, and she appears to be in midseason form already. The graduate student tallying 20 points and 4 assists in the team's lone exhibition game against the College of St. Rose. But it was freshman Sophie Burrows who stole the show, cashing in on 6 3-pointers en route to a 77-53 win. The Cuse sure could use that kind of shooting tonight against the Leopards. Tip-off is set for 7 p.m. on ACC Network Extra. And be sure to follow our CitrusTV women's basketball beat reporter Carson Fowler on X at Carson Fowler TV for in-game updates from inside the Dome. Well, Daisha Fair does a great job of coordinating that offense, but you guys are the quarterbacks of News Live at 6. Back to you.
Peter, I love quarterbacking. Thanks for the update. When we come back, we'll take one last look at your wake-up weather.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Here's to the straggly ones, the lopsided ones, the first ones, the I miss my beard ones, the hey, I look good with this ones, but no way he's grown that in a week ones, the black, brown, red, and gray ones, the, that one, the itchy ones, the never forgotten ones, the ones grown by Dad, the ones grown for Dad, the started late ones, the absolutely filthy ones, the drawn on ones, the finger ones, the pin ones, the I nearly didn't do it this year ones, and the yeah, why not ones. They all raise awareness, raise funds, start conversations, and save lives. Because whatever you grow will save a bro. Learn more at Movember.com.
Welcome back to Citrus TV News. Shocker, it's going to be cold tomorrow at 33 degrees. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Brandon. That's Citrus TV News live at 6 for this Tuesday.
Don't forget you can follow us on X and Instagram at CitrusTV News. And check out our election special tonight at 10 p.m. I'll be at Ryan McMahon's watch party with all the updates for you.
For all of us here at Citrus TV News, I'm John Perik.
And I'm Jake Morel. Have a great night, Syracuse.